Hello everybody and welcome to another Malts and Meeples video. And today I got two of these guys ready and waiting to open. We'll see if we get through both of them today. But this is the new Star Wars TCG trading card game, CCG collectible card game around Star Wars Unlimited. This is the Spark of the Rebellion set, the first one that's come out, and just have a sparkling water today. But I got a chance to play this at GenCon last year, and I thought it was fun. Now, I'm not going to say it was amazing. I think starter deck's basic. It's my issue with Lorcana right now is I've only played the starter decks. I find it very basic. I think the starter decks for some other games, the One Piece, are better. I haven't played with the end result starter decks. I have that coming though. Not here yet. But you have booster boxes. And like I said, I have two of them down here on the table. You can see them. So let's get started. Get it set up like the display. And off to the side here, just pull out some of these. I think 3 different pack artworks. Let's see what we have in these packs. I do have TCG Player pulled up. I'm going to look up a few just to see what they're like. And I'll talk a little bit about some of the cards as we go. But let's get started. So, to start, we have Truth Imwe. This is going to be a leader card. Each pack comes with a leader card in it, and Truth is going to have a special action. Basically, you can give people defense. When you hit this epic requirement, when you control 5 or more resources, you can deploy them. That means flip them out, and basically he goes onto the board. And he has a special power. Then we have the base. Base has a certain amount of health, defense, and as long as that isn't met, then you're still in the game. It's a game of defeat that. This looks like a token on the flip side. Nice. And then we're going to turn here and just slowly go through these cards. So I'm going to learn the symbols as we go. I'm assuming this one, kind of bronze, means that it's going to be a common card. And these do different things. Like this is a character. This is a tactic. And on your turn, you're basically just playing out a card. You do it in a couple different areas. So you have your ground troops and your space troops. You're fighting in 2 different fronts. And your different colors here, these tell you kind of what sort of deck they can be in. So Truth Imwe can only have these 2 symbols, which means this one could go in his deck. We have a Wampa. They want a Wampa. Basically, overwhelm, trample on that. Surprise. So, like some of these are attack with a unit, it gains +3 on this attack. This is up here is going to be the cost, attack, defense. So you could potentially boost up some here. We're continuing. We have a bunch of different things here. Defeat a unit with 5 or less HP remaining. That's nice. So that looks like it's up a level. No Good to Me Dead. Ruthless Raider is going to be up another, nope, same level. Han Solo, obviously. He's going to be an even higher level card. And then you do get a foil card here as well. So I'm just going to search Han Solo in Star Wars Unlimited. Like, if you get this in the special type of foil, it's $7. Normally right now it's about $1. Just to give you an idea of pricing on some of these. And holofoil, I think, is just what they call their foil. Though let's click into that one. Let's see. Nope, they do have a foil version of it as well. So, let's open up another pack. These packs I like. They're paper. So, I'm going to set it like this, and we'll look at Chewie this way. He's an Underworld Wookiee. Sentinel. Units in this area can't attack your non-Sentinel units or your base. Basically, he's going to soak damage. So you can see he has 9 health. We have Dagobah Swamp with an armor token. Shore Trooper. I really like the artwork on this set. On this game. And you can see units are going to have artwork on the top. Tactics here. That one's that way. Supply. Search the top 5 cards of your deck for a unit, reveal it, and draw it. Put the others on the bottom in any order. So a chance to search for some stuff. Another Trooper. An A-Wing. A Trick. Return a non-leader unit to its owner's hand. So one nice thing about this is there's nothing special about stack or anything like that. Like what you run into with Magic the Gathering. Oh, huge, that costs so much. Basically, these cards, you play them out. You just play back and forth, and as long as you have mana or your resources, which are face down cards, then you can continue to play out cards. So that looks like it's a legendary card. Also, right now, all the cards are going like this in price, just to be aware if you're looking at like the numbers I gave. Avenger. Yeah, Star Wars Unlimited. As a legendary card, this one is like $14, but I bet you the curve is pretty similar. Well, it went up and then down. So it's kind of back to where it was pre-release. And now I had no choice. This is going to be the same rarity as Han. So getting this in a foil is going to be worth more. Kind of your standard TCG there. I should be sleeving as I go. Actually, I'm going to sleeve that one real quick. Even if the prices continue to drop, the legendary card, I know they wanted to make it accessible, and the things that you're really looking for are the foil cards of certain varieties. But we have Grand Moff Tarkin here. We have chopper base. And I'm not sure with these bases if they're all just kind of blank like this, or if they have any that have special powers. Kind of hope they do. They may not yet, but I think that's something that they could add to the game, which would really interest me. Attached unit gains Saboteur. When this unit attacks, ignore Sentinel and defeat the defender's shields. So I think that allows you to get rid of the shields. Shields prevent all the damage before you actually deal damage. Rebel Pathfinder. Oh, we have some Gamoran guards here. A Azutuk Liberator gunship. Underworld Thugs. Now this one is just generic. Like there's nothing special about this other than being a pretty cheap card. Okay, this one's different, so let's set that one aside so we can look it up. Rogue Squadron Skirmisher. Red 3. And there's just a common hollow. But I want to look up this Precision Fire because as you can see, it's borderless. So what is that sort of card here? Precision Fire. And has these little lines next to it. So that's going to be a hyperspace version of that card. It's just going to be a little bit different. This one is worth $1. Still, I'm going to sleeve it and actually hard case it. Let's continue. Still figuring out how to rip these open precisely. We'll eventually start to see some repeats here. Sabine Wren. Deal 1 damage to each base. That's crazy. So she basically just hits everything. Deal 1 damage to each enemy base. So it's better on this side. She's not super strong. We got Dagobah again. Super Laser Technician. So this allows you to get it into play. Like it dies, you add it as a resource. Alliance X-Wing. Repairing Luke. First Legion Snowtrooper. You're going to see a kind of variety of different periods of Star Wars with this too. So when this comes into play, it gets a shield immediately. Waylay, return non-leader. Yeah, that could be a good card for some decks. Kanan Jarrus. Ooh, I love the border around this one. I had no choice. And then Heroic Sacrifice. K2SO. And I'm going to look this one up because it is a higher rarity. And I just kind of, like right now I'm trying to figure out the kind of pricing on these. So this is just regular Heroic Sacrifice, foil. Like everything is trending this way. But $346 currently. For that, I'm not even going to sleeve that one. I expect that those will go down in price. Plus, for me, the big thing is, like, unless it's something weird, like this one or this legendary, I'm going to be playing with these. Like, the whole point of me doing this is, yes, I am searching for maybe one of the super awesome foils. Oh, baby. We have IG-88 here in a hyperspace. So that should, I think, be a little bit more rare, and that it actually is not. People must not consider him to be that good a leader. But it'd be fun to have a leader with a hyperspace on it. Different keywords. Guarantee you that some of these keywords eventually will start to mean more. We have another Death Trooper here. Another Wampa. Super Laser Technician. There are 252 different cards in the set. I don't believe that includes... Yeah, this is 278. So hyperspace cards are going to be additional. Ruthless Raider. Entrenched. Condition. Attached unit can't attack bases. Basically, they're fixed in place, but it gives a really nice bump to be able to take out some. We have a Bosk here. Yeah, I love this yellow edge. Delmico. And then Admiral Ozil. Admiral Ozil is going to be the one that we look up because, again, that's a rare, I believe. Admiral Ozil, overconfident. The Fool. The Fool. Absolutely no value. Like, foil is about 71 cents. One of the things that Fantasy Flight wanted to do, though, like I've kind of said, is they wanted to make it accessible. So there are a few things probably to note. Okay, we have another Chewie here. We have Jeddah, the Catacombs of Kadera in hyperspace. Keep fighting. Alliance Dispatcher. Cargo Juggernaut. Spec Force Soldier. Steadfast Battalion. Honor Guard. Ooh, Syndicate Lackey. After you play this unit, it may ready and attack. So normally, when you play somebody in, they come in tapped. They can't do anything that turn. Some of these, the borders on some of these are just cool. Here we have a Sidbeam Wren. We had her as a leader before, but now we have her as a playable. Wedge Antilles. And just a Resilient. That's almost just a token in some ways. It attaches... Actually, is it basically just a token? I have to actually sit down and relearn some of the rules, keywords, because, like I said, I do think the starter decks potentially had a little bit less to them. Though the starter decks are going to have now the instructions for it. We have a Leia Organa. Yeah, I really love the artwork on these cards. I know not everybody does, but I think they did a really good job, and it's very consistent style throughout. It's like a colored pencil feel to it. A Swoop Racer. Outer Rim Headhunter. We got our Entrenched. Ezra Bridger. Outmaneuver, which is our hyperspace card. A Mace Windu. And a Zeb. Let's look up these two. He's legendary, which is why I want to look him up. But he's not like a special card. So my plan will definitely be to play with him. Mace Windu Party Crasher is a 650 for a card. And there are some special promos. Now knowing that, I wish I had gone to like a pre-release event. Zeb. 18 cents. My guess is 75 cents for a foil. A buck. Buck for the foil version of Zeb. He definitely, like, compared to some of the others, he definitely has more of a Clone Wars, like, animated feel to it, I think. Let's continue. We have Boba Fett, everybody's favorite for some reason. Catacombs again. X-Wing. Repair. I really wonder, and I might do this, so I might only open one box and then maybe stream opening the other box soon. Jawa Scavenger. First time seeing that card. But I wonder how long it would take to get them all. Not necessarily these, because you have a full set, I believe, of these hyperspace ones. Heavy Blaster. Rallying Cry. Shuttle. And just a classic TIE Fighter that I do like. I like the foil look fairly well. Maybe not for reading it, but like when you get those lines on there just highlighted, it pops. One thing I'm very curious about with this game is how they'll expand it. We have a regular IG-88. Because I think that's one of those things that really helps for the long-term viability of a game, is you have to be able to expand it. And not only do you have to be able to expand it, you have to... oh, Ghost. There we go. Got Ghost. You have to be able to potentially add more complexity to the game. So, slightly more rare card now as our hyperspace. Bombing Run. And then just a nice regular card. It's weird to see some of these cards without that. But oh, this is a hyperspace version of it. So let's just look this up to see, like, are hyperspace foils worth, like, a bigger jump? This is not a good card, really. I mean, 4 cost for 3/7. It's not a bad card. 40 cents. Foils, list medium price is $3.47. So yes, they are. I think it's a bigger jump. And the hyperspace cards are worth more, which is one of those as expected. Don't think we're even halfway through here. We have our Jin Ursa. While a friendly unit is attacking, the defender gets -1 attack, -0 on defense. So this basically takes the one-time, like, ability that says attack with the unit and makes it a permanent ability on her. Hoping to get a Jabba. I need to keep an eye out for the hyperspace ones as well. Probe Droid, Bounty Hunter Crew. Restock. Vethic. General Veers. Galactic Ambition. And an Alliance X-Wing. Assuming I missed my hyperspace in there. If there is one per pack, or if it's... It might just be close to one per pack. Do they give me odds on here at all? Including approximately 1 leader, 1 base token, 9 commons, 3 uncommons, 1 rare or legendary, and 1 premium foil. No specific card rarity is guaranteed to exist within an individual pack, box, or case. So, like some of the super rare cards, no guarantee you're going to pull one. Tarkin. Capital City. So that didn't say that you're guaranteed a hyperspace, so I'm assuming you're not. Guardian of the Wills. Mando. Greedo, nice. Bright Hope, that is a, I forget what type that is. Agent Kalis. An ISB agent hyperspace foil. Common card. So really, I mean, I think one box you could build a decent deck. I forget how many copies you can have of cards. We have Sabine Wren again. We have hyperspace on the Chopper base. Wampa. They want a Wampa. Steadfast Battalion. Cargo Juggernaut. Shielded. When you put it in play, get a shield token. Scavenger. Firepower. Fighters. Devotion. Gains Restore 2. When this unit attacks, heal 2 damage from its controller's base. So damage is done in tokens, which helps. We have Cunning. And then an Outer Rim Headhunter. $24. We might be down to 12 now. Maybe. I haven't been counting. Close. Another IG-88. So we're getting lots of IG-88s. Mission Briefing. Choose a player. They draw 2 cards. Probably be yourself. Lothal Insurgent. So when we played at GenCon, I want to say that... Ooh, Fifth Brother. There we go. I think we got in 2 games. We had like an hour slot for it. Got in 2 games, including learning. Must have been an hour and a half. Ooh, a Yoda. Restore 2. Super helpful. Defeated. Choose any number of players. They each draw a card. Maneuver. Lightsaber. Attached to a non-vehicle unit. If attached unit is a force unit, it gains on attack. Give defender -2/-2 for the phase. And then the Guerrilla Attack Pod. So lightsabers can be attached to non-force users, but they don't give the force benefit. So, which makes sense. Like anybody can do more damage with a plasma sword. With a laser sword, but only people who know how to use it can actually fully gain the benefit, because that lightsaber is like a 5 swing on a force user versus a 3. That's huge. Grand Admiral Thrawn. Some nice abilities there. Thrawn looks like a fun one to build with. Disarm, Rogue Operative, Asteroid Sanctuary. Now we're out of our commons. Attack Pattern Delta, Force Throw. Reinforcement Walker, Hyperspace. Boba Fett's Fire Spray. Yes, that name did change. Which I'm fine with either way. I do think it's a little weird, but at the same time, also, who cares? He's a bad guy, so it's not like his ship previously having been named Slave 1 makes slavery something good. Ooh, Sheev. We got a Sheev. By that I mean Emperor Palpatine. We have Dagobah. Met him in a swamp down in Dagobah. Imperial Interceptor. Resupply. Put this event into play as a resource. That's solid. I mean, it costs 3, but it gets you another resource. And you can put up to 2 cards in as resources. So if you get that turn 2, drop it, get a 5th resource, you're outpacing your opponents. At least that's what I remember. I'm pretty sure it's that amount. It's always weird when there are blank cards like this. Why are you going to play it? I guess you're going to play it because it's cheap. You can get it out turn 1. There's that Zeb. Protector. We got a Chirrut artwork. We got a Palpatine in the Palpatine deck. I'm surprised he's not a legendary. And a Pirated Starfighter. Yeah, that one pops pretty well. Then, another Boba. Let's look at the artwork bigger again. Capital City. Resilient. Death Star Stormtrooper. Academy Training. It's a learned. So, yeah, there's definitely more keywords than I saw in the starter decks. So hopefully in the starter decks they give you all that information. We have the Bright Hope, Emperor's Royal Guard, and an escort skiff in hyperspeed. Hyperspace, not hyperspeed. Yeah, it has that little lining around the edge. We have Orson Krennic, Director Krennic, a Restore 2. Each friendly damage unit gets +1. And he's fairly same on this side, so it's the Restore 2 that's added. Restore, by the way, is huge when I played. Like I was playing the Luke deck versus Vader, and I just kept on, like I would buff Yoda, who has Restore, and then attack with him. Basically keeping him from being able to be attacked for a while, getting Sentinels out there. And I guess one other thing to talk about this, here we have a Chewie. Prepare for takeoff. Power failure. Emperor's Legion. And Bounty Hunter Crew. Okay, that one I do like. Again, it's that gold border that looks so nice to me. It's not the best artwork in terms of for the foil. But anyways, as I was saying, what was I saying? Yeah, that restore was really good, and I was constantly going from restore to, I remember what I was going to say now, restore to shielding and sentinel. Sentinel being one of the big ones because it allows you to protect. But one interesting thing going to be about deck building, and what's going to keep this game, I think, moving quickly. Yeah, the Shore Trooper definitely looks cool. And thanks for joining, Fatal. Is that, so you have your ground units and you have your space units. You don't have to have an even balance of those. So you could go all in on space with just enough, maybe like heavy defense ground units, in hopes of overwhelming your opponent in space and doing your damage to the base that way. So you don't have to be balanced. You can be balanced, which might give you a better shot against somebody who is unbalanced. Or maybe you're unbalanced in the opposite way. There's another hyperspace card. TIE Advanced. Nice. Distant Patroller. Traitorous. And a Partisan Insurgent. We're down to what, 6 packs left? Yeah, 6 packs left. And then I think I will wrap up the stream at that point. Mainly because I do want to kind of play a little bit more Balatro tonight. We have the Grand Inquisitor. So I love this too because so many of these characters, like I like the Star Wars stuff a lot. It's not my biggest fandom, but I play the Star Wars app game, Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. So a lot of these characters I know and use in that. Like Grand Inquisitor. I haven't seen Kenobi yet, but I have that character unlocked. I just spent a whole bunch of time getting him unlocked. So it's kind of fun to see them show up and be able to recognize them in other ways as well. Okay, I think this hyperspace look is the look I like best. Carvast. Baze Mulbus. Vanguard Ace. I've only pulled, I think, 2 legendary cards. So legendary is definitely rare. I know they were trying to make it so that a lot of the cards weren't too hard to get. I think especially like these big names, by sticking everybody important on a leader card, you now, like, anybody can get Leia, even if it's just as a leader. So I like that about it. So one concern I do have is, depending on how easy all of these cards are to get, is there going to be enough of a secondary market? So the whole point of Destinies was there isn't going to be a secondary market. But that shortens the lifetime of a game because, well, now no stores want to carry it and resell it. So there has to be enough resale value. A creepy Bib Fortuna. Okay, so here we go. The base at the start is going to be basic, but here we have a base epic action. Give a shield token to a non-leader unit. That, I believe, if we flip over here, epic action. So this, I believe, is a one-time per game action. And we have Emperor Palpatine foil. So I'm going to look up Sheev here. Figure out if Emperor Palpatine is worth anything. Emperor Palpatine, Master of the Dark Side. It's a $1.50 market price for non-foil. $1.20 is what they're saying. Foil $3. 4 more packs here. Here we have the other Emperor Palpatine. So I'm actually going to go... Whoa. There we go. Focus. Focus. Stay on target, camera. Stay on target. I should be using my other camera that doesn't have an autofocus. I want to look up Emperor Palpatine. This version. Galactic... Galactic Ruler. So just as a leader card, 25 cents. I don't think they're... leaders, it's weird. You can't actually get leaders in foil. Looks like. I guess that makes sense. We have Echo Base. Infiltrator Skill. Battlefield Marine. Rebel Pathfinder. I want to say Scarab Rebel Pathfinder. That's what it is on Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. Make an opening. Give a unit -2/-2 for this phase. You can do that to an enemy. And heal your base for 2. Underworld Thug again. Crafty Smuggler. Alliance Dispatcher. Mon Mothma. There we go. Search the top 5 cards of your deck and put a rebel card. For a rebel card, reveal Admiral Ozzel, Ghost again, and Bail Organa with a Strike True. I am having fun opening these. I like too that these are 16 card packs, so it's like a decent amount of cards you get per pack. Chewie again. Dagobah. I mean, I expect to get a ton of these. These are just going to be worthless, but so many Chewies. Star Viper, Death Trooper. I like that artwork a lot. Cantina Braggart, Infantry, Alliance. We have a Repair, an ATST, 7th Fleet Defender, Imperial, Cantina. So Spark of the Rebellion does appear not to have any, like, First Order or anything like that. Galactic Ambition. Don't get cocky. Okay, Galactic Ambition is our hyperspace, and then a Starwing Scout. If you have, when defeated, if you have initiative, draw 2 cards. Actually, this is a really nice card because it hits hard, so you can attack a big enemy unit and potentially take it out while being taken out. And having initiative basically means when you're playing this game, you take turns back and forth. But at the time that you play, it's like when you draw cards, maybe it's you draw 2 and you can put 1 card out. I forget. For a resource, but yeah, I think it's that you can do 2 the first turn. But if I decide I can stop earlier to gain the initiative to be able to go before you in terms of actions next round, which is huge in this game because it allows me to target down potentially a character who's been giving me issues. If it's somebody who, like, if I've noticed that you seem to have a lot of shield generation or sentinel guys, if I've cleared out enough, then I can go and get in there. Relentless. Force throw is our foil. And on to the last pack here. Oh man, I am tempted just to keep cracking packs here, but this has been about 40 minutes, so I think I'll maybe save it. I don't have anything going on tomorrow, so I might open some more. We have another Director Krennic here. Echo base again. Maybe, so I might be getting my starter decks. If I am, I'll probably open tomorrow as well, and open those up as well as my other booster box. I just need to check on when it looks like that is coming in. Otherwise, maybe I'll spend a little time deck building. I have a few things I want to do game-wise coming up here. The Force is with me. I am one with the Force. Starfighter. Overwhelming Barrage. And that is nice artwork. Strafing Gunship. And finishing off with Power Failure. Defeat any number of upgrades on a unit. So, artifact removal, basically, from Magic the Gathering. But let's look up that one, because that's a pretty cheap card. Good, I think, ability on it. Power Failure. Hyperspace. 75 cents. I say 75 cents. Oh, 75 cents with $1.22 shipping. So it's basically a $2 to get that card. Foil on average is $4.50. Market price 83 cents. Really no data on this one. It looks like not too much going on with it. I'm gonna be, yeah, I want to dig into this. I know that let me pull myself back up here. Rodney Smith from Watch It Played has a how to play video on this, and I think that's going to be really informative for me to watch to refresh myself on it. I could go back to my article that I wrote on it as well. But I think it's going to be useful for that. I hope that he touches on deck building itself, because I think that's going to be what really pulls me into this game. But that has been one booster box of Star Wars Unlimited Spark of the Rebellion. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully that was fun. I had a ton of fun with this, and yeah, potentially look for another video tomorrow. We'll have to see. If I have time, I might do it. If not, this bad boy. I so badly want to crack into this now, but I know if I do that, I'm not going to be done until like 10, so I really don't want to go that late. I'm going to set that aside. I was going to say, maybe I take that to work with me and crack into some packs there, but no, I'm not going to do that. Tomorrow is going to be a busy day at work. But thank you so much for watching. Hopefully that was fun. I know, like I said, I had a blast with that. I love to see all the different cards and artwork in there. Let me know what your favorite card or artwork was, or have you played this game? Does it look interesting to you? I may see about getting a friend over and streaming a play of this, just so that you can get a better idea of it, because I really do enjoy this game from what I played at GenCon, and I'm very excited to get back to it. I just have to figure out when that's gonna be. If you're enjoying this content, please give the video a thumbs up. I really do appreciate that. And if you want to know when I go live, because especially on Mondays, it's a little bit random, click that notification bell. Subscribe and click that notification bell. It's going to let you know whenever I go live. On Mondays, at least every other Monday, I stream, could be something like this pack opening, most of the time a solo smaller board game. And then on Wednesdays, currently I'm playing through some Mythwind. So if you're interested in that, check that out there. I plan on changing that up soon. I have a few different games I'm looking at that I would like to potentially get to the table. Wild Descent, Nova Aetus Renaissance, Agamonia. I have Seventh Continent coming. That's high on my list. Oh, too many games. Too little time. Let me know which one of those sounds interesting. I'll probably do an article or a poll on that coming up here. And if you want to check out more of my content, like I said, check out previous videos. I put out videos regularly. But also check out the link for nerdologist.com down in the description below. That's where I write different articles about board games, video games, movies, TV shows, anime, manga, books, you name it. The whole gamut of nerdy things. And speaking of gambit, I said gamut first, that I was trying to do a smooth transition there. I also have a podcast called 10 Minute Marvel. So if you enjoy Marvel comics, movies, stuff like that, check that podcast out wherever you get your friendly neighborhood podcasts from. But with that, bottoms up.